Deep within Yellowstone's wild heart lies a realm rarely seen by humans, a forbidden zone where the world's largest active volcano gently breathes beneath instinct-driven herds and haunted forests. To enter here is to stand on the edge between creation and destruction, where every shadow and birdsong is shaped by ancient seismic power. Unlike any other place on Earth, Yellowstone isn't just home to a volcano, it is a volcano, a supervolcano. A living system, its heartbeat is measured in vast cycles of fire and silence. Millions of years ago, eruptions here reshaped continents, burying thousands of square miles in ash, enough to erase entire landscapes, fossilizing everything in its reach for eternity. But the volcano never truly sleeps. It seethes with power, hidden under geysers, boiling rivers, and a crust so thin it sometimes trembles with a whisper, sometimes thunders with a roar. The origin blasts from ancient past. The first Yellowstone super-eruption, 2.1 million years ago, covered nearly 6,000 square miles in ash, darkening the sky for years. A second, 1.3 million years ago, created another vast caldera. The last colossal blast, 640,000 years back, collapsed the ground, leaving the park's modern 30 by 45 mile caldera, a mark only truly appreciated from the air. Evidence of these ancient catastrophes is everywhere. Strange layers in the rock, fossil forests frozen in time, and enormous lakes born of collapse and rebirth. With each eruption, life itself was reshaped, and a new order began. Why the Forbidden Zone exists? Yellowstone's Forbidden Zone is off-limits not for mystery, but necessity. Some areas are so unstable, the crust paper-thin, the ground laced with boiling water, toxic vents, or hidden mud pots, that even animals avoid them. Scientists call these exclusion zones, and only the most experienced researchers may enter, clad in protective gear, testing each step for weakness. Get too close to certain basins, and the earth itself might swallow you. Holes open overnight. A boiling spring appears where yesterday was grass, or the air fills with invisible lethal hydrogen sulfide. The unseen, hydrothermal explosions and shifting ground. The greatest dangers in the Forbidden Zone are invisible and sudden. Hydrothermal explosions that rip new craters in seconds. Yellowstone has thousands of these small eruptions in its geological record. Many were never witnessed by human eyes. In 2024 alone, areas like Bison were closed after violent blasts, remade the landscape overnight. Here nothing is truly permanent. This land is alive, shifting and rewiring itself as superheated water or magma change course far below our feet, masters of the edge. Strangely, this unstable world is the last refuge for Yellowstone's most adaptable creatures. Bison and elk survive blizzards by bedding down on warm ground, where grass grows year-round thanks to the thermal heat. Wolves hunt by night, using steam and shadows for cover. Ravens, the park's tricksters, watch for geyser eruptions to feast on roasted insects, a behavior seen nowhere else. Animals born here carry generations of inherited caution. Expert trackers have seen herds change course moments before new geysers erupt, and bison calves learn to test the ground from their mothers. This mystic intuition may be their only protection in a world always on the brink of disaster. To those who know the land, this is more than science. It's a mystical tapestry of sound, light, and whispers. Native Americans have called Yellowstone sacred for thousands of years. Their legends tell of spirits who rise with the steam and of animals, vanishing into the land below. Old explorers wrote of dragon voices roaring from hidden caves, while today's rangers speak of sudden, unexplained lights and ground rumblings felt only deep in the wildest basins. Even the minerals here seem to glow at dusk, as if something beneath is trying to break through. Zone of Death, a legal and ecological mystery. There's a sliver of Yellowstone, where the notion of forbidden takes a new form, the so-called Zone of Death. Thanks to a jurisdictional loophole, crimes committed here are legally impossible to prosecute. as there are no residents to serve on a jury. It's the ultimate lawless wild, but it's also so inhospitable, even most animals pass through quickly, wary of its quiet. How the land monitors itself. The land may be wild, but it is not unobserved. The Yellowstone volcano. Observatory weaves a digital net across the park. Sensors track every tremor, thermal pulse and gas release, even small earthquakes and ground. Deformations are picked up by satellite within hours. But despite all this, the heart of the volcano remains enigmatic. Instruments often fail, and new hazards arise faster than technology can track. If Yellowstone awakens, there may be little warning. Emergency routes twist through forests that could be vaporized in minutes. Volcanic ash would travel for thousands of miles, altering climates and darkening the sky, just as it did in ancient times. Preparation here means respecting the wildness. Locals keep go bags, gas masks, and backup plans, always knowing nature's power is greater than any human system. Exploring the mystical with caution. The Forbidden Zone is not a place for the careless, yet, for those who watch with patience, it is the ultimate school of wild beauty and survival. Every animal, tree, and geyser tells a story of adaptation, danger, and mysterious interconnection. Here, life thrives not by dominating, but by harmonizing with ancient unpredictability. Even in modern times, new species are discovered right beside boiling pools, tiny beings that live only because of, not despite the volcano's constant threats. Will the supervolcano erupt again? Despite popular myths, the next super eruption isn't overdue. Experts say it will happen again, but not for thousands, maybe tens of thousands of years. Until then, the Forbidden Zone reminds us that normal is never permanent here. The land is quiet, but never at rest. In Yellowstone's forbidden heart, the wise learn respect, patience, and awe. The real mystery is not only when the volcano will awaken, but how so many species, stories, and secrets continue to flourish in the shadow of creation's furnace. And with a call to curiosity and humility, those who understand the Forbidden Zone never see the wild world the same way again.